Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mm, I see a lot of people are complaining. I'm not really good in English, so I'll just mix up with Xhosa as well. Didn't go to private school, guys. So what happens is this. I want to just analyze the chart, just as many people have requested that they want to see uh, us analyzing the chart, and I'm very happy with the most proactive people in the group, like Mido, Jay, and and the other guys. You see, but I just want to say, guys, I really appreciate what you're doing, and I'm happy that you are part of the group because it means you keep the group moving. I'm always busy, and in as much as I'm always busy, I try to give myself a time to be in the group. I want to share with you some information which at the same time as I work for MetaBay, I have to actually put my company on the loop as well. So like promoting it to you so that if you guys like the strategy and want to know more about it, then you might as well come to MetaBay so that we can help you. That is what we do. And now that I'm with you, I want to share some strategy with you so that we can all learn. Because sharing a strategy is good, sharing what you know is good, but at the same time, you must not forget where you come from. Because I come from MetaBay, so I cannot forget that. In as much as I can talk to you and share some information with you, sometimes I decide to lay back because I see that the information that most of you guys are providing is genuine and legit. So I decide, you know what, you guys are doing good by yourself, so I must just relax and let you guys handle it. You see, and it's not a problem. That is why we have the word called teamwork, because when the team is together, we all work as a team. The currency that I will be analyzing today is the Great Britain pound against US dollar. I won't be opening any signals, but rather I will just show you how to find the spot to buy or sell. Okay, my internet was just down, so at least now it's back on track. Let's just go to the point. Okay, I'm gonna just search JBP, JPY, and then let's check what's happening there. Okay, I have opened the daily chart of the Great Britain pound against Japanese yen. If you look somewhere right here, you see this area. Oh man, sorry about that. You see this area right there, that green moving lines here up there. I've indicated that area and I just want you to look there. Here we have the opening area of the price, and this is the high of the price. This is the low of the price, and then now this is the current position where the price is moving. This is the amount of pips that the US dollar, the Great Britain pound against Japanese yen has moved. So it has moved since the opening of the daily candlestick for 546 pips, and it moved up, so that is plus 546 pip, and the percentage of the movement is 0.37%. This is just a basic. It's not going to help you because it's not a strategy, but it will help you understand and see where the currency is moving, just in case you're not able to spot it on the candlesticks. So let's just go to the point. Now, straight to the point, like I said, I use daily chart to check the time, to check the currency where it's moving. I go to the 4-hour chart, I go to the 1-hour chart, and then every trade that I place is always based on the 15 minutes chart, because 15 minutes chart is the one that is moving a bit faster. But even if I'm trading on the 15 minutes chart, I have to take into consideration what will happen in the next hour, what will happen in the next 4 hours, and by the end of the day, what can I expect? That is the reason why I say you must pay consideration to that. Because, for example, right now it's Friday, and if you ever open a trade that may seem like it will be profitable and then it goes to the negative balance, you know that, and you are aware that by the end of the day when the forex is closing, you will not be able maybe to close your trade, because you will think that, ish, I'm still on loss but it's still coming to profit, and not knowing what will happen over the weekend and how will the market behave on a Monday. So let's just go to the point. I'm just gonna select a line right now. Okay, I just want to first remove these volume lines down here, make it clear. So I select a line, I go straight where the currency has started. So the currency, let's say we begin the currency just right there. So I draw up a line that goes straight along this along the basically the return points. But what I'm noticing up in this trade is this points and these points didn't meet up with my red line, but at least we're safe here because it did get to the red line. But now, how can we find the family of these let's say purple points? Because it's good to change colors as well, so you can see what you doing. Purple points, let's say, okay, this one goes up further up, okay, nothing is in parallel with that one. But if we move slightly to that side and then we change this currency, you know what, it's fine. So if we move it a bit up, we find that, okay, the currency has been doing quite different moves on different support lines. But the good thing about these different support lines is that they talk together, they talk to each other. And then let's come now and draw the line at the top section. The line at the top section, we can begin it from right here, and this one, let's make it green. Now the green line was actually behaving well. It actually moved quite nice, that one, because it moved along here, along there, and along those points. Remember, the more you have the return points, the stronger the chances that the stronger the chances for the currency to return. Now we've looked at what happened in the past, and then after the past, guess what the currency did? It retraced. So when I'm saying like it retraced, I mean like it changed its movement and go straight towards the other direction. So which means it did the down, it actually formed the downtrend, and the breakout of all this downtrend movement actually took effect right here. And after it took effect, it made a return here, trying to go, let's say, beyond the boundaries. Okay, there's one thing I need to identify here, this section. Okay, so it tried to make its return, but when it got to that point, this point right here, it couldn't break through that resistance line. Remember, I said the more the return points, the more stronger the area of resistance or support is. So if you're looking, let's look to this current movement, because now we've looked at the past and we see how it's been moving. But now let's go and look at the what happened now to the future. If you look on the future, between these two lines right here, there's two red lines. the one is at the bottom, it has two purple lines, but the one at the, because this is number 1 and that is number 2, sorry. Now the one at the top, which is the top line, it has it has 3 return points, which is, I denoted them by the blue circles. So which means the one with the purple circle is actually not having a stronger resistance level because of its return points. But now the one with the blue line has a stronger chances of the return. So the currency, if you look at the currency right here, when it was doing this up and down, when it was moving up, it broke through this first red line and then it actually returned on the second red line. The reason why it returned there, because the second red line actually has a stronger chances of the currency return. That is the first portion of looking at it. Now let's go now to the second side of understanding now what's happening now in the future, because now you've seen it, and now as you guys have seen it, I'm sure you will be able to actually notice when the currency is returning and when the currency is going like forward, you see. So I'm just gonna remove what I've did now to explain to you what happens in the past, because now we're not dealing with what happened in the past, but rather we're dealing with what's gonna happen in the future. Now I want to draw the line straight from the peak, which is, the peak is right here. Now when I'm drawing the line, I'm gonna throw it along the return point areas, and guess what I get? Boom! I get 3 return sections, because that is the first one, this is the second one, and that is the third one. The currency is approaching the resistance line again, and let's look at the bottom what the currency has done. Now this makes the movement even. Okay, let's check. Okay, now if we're looking here, the currency this is where this trend started to move before it gone down and gone up. So I'm just gonna change this color to yellow. I'm not sure if you're gonna see yellow, but let's put purple for example. Okay, now let's look at how many return points it has made. It has made the first return point here. Okay, let me make this red so that these things may differ. We got the second return point, and the third return point, and this is the fourth return point. But there is this point in the middle, man, where the currency actually made its return unexpectedly, whereas we were expecting it to go down. Now how did that happen? Why did it actually chose to go up instead of going down? Now let's look at it. If you look right here at this point, so here at the back where I'm circling the blue line, there is some form of resistance there. You see, that resistance shows you that the currency actually balanced. It was blocked by the previous resistance sections of the price support and the resistance. Because in as much as I'm looking this in a form of channels, but at the same time you must take into consideration there's price support and resistance. So when I'm throwing the line along from this return points and then I go straight downwards, guess what I get? I find that actually this line was spotted already, because if you look, when the currency made its first return here on this section, in fact it was not a return, it was a resistance. It made the other resistance here, and then here it made just a minor return, and then here it made also another minor return, and then right here it made a resistance. Right here it made a small return as well, and then now That is what it's doing. So which means it is moving along that line. And in as much as this is a daily chart, now you can imagine what will happen in the when the currency reaches this area right here. You see this area, when the currency reaches the that green marked area here, what will happen? So you already know when the currency gets there, it will go down. But that may take some days to know exactly when. Well, that will take days, I mean, to know exactly when will the currency move. But let's go to the 4-hour chart on the same platform. If we look on the 4-hour chart, the thing is now this is going to be a bit wide and the candlestick are going to be a bit smaller, because why? Now the currency of the daily candlestick have broken into 4 hours. So if we look on the 4 hours chart, we can see that the currency is still moving up. So we are very, very happy to say that the currency is coming towards this red line, and we are looking to place the sell trade from this section. You see, I'm not saying you have to place a sell trade now, because if you do that, the currency might make its move further up from this section before it makes its return down. So we go to the hour chart and we find on the hour chart that the currency is returning. It is facing down, but now the candlestick are actually getting very, very small now. Are getting very, very small. And if you're looking here, there is another formation, which is, when I'm saying another formation, as in like there's some other development of the movement. Because remember, if you're looking right here, where I'm gonna point right now here, the currency returned just before it reaches the red line here. You see, because now everything is based on the hourly time frame. We can still apply the same scenario on the hourly time frame that we did on the daily, by removing all the things that we did and zoom up and see now what can we do to apply that scenario. But we're just gonna stick with what we did on the daily time frame. So I just want to draw another line that is moving along these areas, and then we can see where how the currency is behaving in the past, and now what it is giving us in this future that we're following. Okay, if you look, this may seem too much because you don't fully understand this, and I'm also like, because I'm trying to explain to you, I don't go just straight to the point the way I normally do when I'm analyzing the trade. The reason why I'm doing now the flip and flop is because I want you to understand something about this. If you look, I've drawn the line along this point. Let me make it blue. Along this point, that point, and this point, and that one. But now here, let's say this one, I'm just gonna change colors. Let's make it blue. So the blue one begins there, and this one, let's make it purple, and then this one we can leave it to black. I think black would be good. To black. So now if you are looking, I've drawn the circles here, which is this return area for the purple line. The purple line starts from where the currency initiated to move down, which is right there, and then it came to that point and this one, and now it did some resistance here. That is why it did that. And then if you look on the blue candle, on the blue line, it started from this point to that and right here. That is why if you look, it actually did some slight movement right there. Now it is doing another movement on the black line because the black line also made its own return. But we can't cry, we just have to be patient. And if you're looking from what it's been doing in the past, it didn't actually remind you here that, okay, now I'm going down. No, it was just a point of balance. And right here, it didn't tell you that I'm returning. No, it was just a point of balance. Right here, we can still confidently say this is just a point of balance. What the currency is doing is just trying to move further up to reach the red line and to return. But it may not really go and reach the red line as I indicated here. It might return somewhere before it reaches the red line. That is what it can do. But what we do as forex traders, we're always patient because you wait for the right time to place a trade. You don't just place the trade anywhere. You see, you don't just place the trade anywhere, but you wait. Now I'm just gonna reload this and make it so clean that you see it. So obviously what we've seen there is that the currency is still moving up. So I'm gonna open GBP JPY again. I wonder how many minutes I've taken. Fuck, 21 minutes. That's too big. Shit. Okay, you know what? I've taken too long now. But now GBP JPY is right here. We should place as we need, like, this may not happen today, but on the 15 minutes chart, I still think the currency is going up. So yeah, the currency is really going up. Now this is the 15 minutes chart of the GBP JPY, and guess what we're gonna do? Still gonna apply that same scenario that we've applied before, but this one is not a stronger line. So as it goes down, I would think that it's actually just planning to meet up with the black line, and then after that we still proceed further up. So you can buy a trade here. You can say GBP JPY can still be bought, but I wouldn't say buy it right now because it is at a point where you cannot place a buy trade because it might just move further down to reach this return area here at this point before it moves up. But once it reaches the black line, guys, you can buy. That is a short-term trade until it reaches that red line that I've drawn for you on the daily chart. I hope that one is clear. Otherwise, enjoy your day.